Hello, how are you and having been doing? It is time to talk about Maida. And we're going to get into that cupcake right now. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go right into this. I'm not going to pull any punches. When I first brought up Maida, I was fairly positive, and I put my praises first. But yeah, that's a nothing burger right there. Let me go ahead and say that the 10, not 3, the 10 Margaret Maida PDA logs that detailed her magical journey on how she survived and was retconned from certain death in Subnautica. The PDA entries that originally told the story on how she was supposedly still alive and below zero, I remember all those 7 PDA entries that you guys removed from the game. I didn't forget them. No, those were committed to permanent memory. Now, anyone that plays the game right now, you're going to find 3 PDA logs from Maida. And I don't know why the other 7 were removed, because the story wasn't changed at all. Instead of getting a complete nonsensical story that doesn't make sense, Unknown Worlds is like, you just get part of a nonsensical story that doesn't make sense. You don't even get the full story. But yeah, okay, so first and foremost, the story assumes, or should I say it ascertains, that Maida survived her fight with the Reaper. She stabbed it in the eye and she killed it, I guess, by stabbing it in the eye. I guess Reapers can't live with one of their eyes impaled, even though they've got 4 eyes. You take one of them out, a Reaper's dead. Okay, so Maida is a badass. I actually can accept that Maida could kill a Reaper. There's just a problem, though. That Reaper, while it was blinded and fighting with Maida, drugged Maida out into the void. Man. In-game lore, in-game mechanics, whether you're playing the game or you're reading the PDA entries, everybody knows you can't survive in the void. There's nothing for you to sustain on. There's nothing for you there except 3 ghosty boys. And you kill them and 3 more ghosty boys appear. It would be safe to assume that the void is filled with infinite ghosty boys. So first and foremost, Maida just doesn't make sense. The Ghost Leviathans do not appear. They don't attack her. They don't kill her. They don't attack her for territorial reasons under no circumstances. I've heard so many people, or should I say I've read so many posts where people try to defend this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. An inanimate object, a large moving object, an object giving off heat, an object with a beating heart, an object with a pulse, an object with a bioelectric field. You can't make an excuse for it. The void is, you can't cross it using a dead body for a life raft. The Ghost Leviathans would have taken her out. She would have died from starvation. She would have died from dehydration. The PDA entries claim that she was able to sustain on the muscle, eating the Reaper, using its fat to burn, to like ignite a fire with her repair tool. Doesn't make sense. A decomposing body is going to be releasing gases and bacteria, and you can't eat. Eating normal food doesn't matter because you would need proper desalinated water to survive. When you're eating decomposing, rotting food, you're going to be dehydrating yourself even further. And on top of her having the Kara doesn't take her out. the ghost leviathans don't take her out. She doesn't die of starvation. The currents just somehow push her dead Reaper Leviathan raft all the way to Sector 0. She gets there, she survives. Chelicerate, Cryptosuchus, brute sharks, nothing stops her. She drags her corpse somewhere and makes herself a base. Doesn't die to the Kara, just refuses to die to the Kara. 10 years of the Kara before Riley shows up and cures it in the events of Subnautica 1. Maida doesn't give a damn. She just, screw the Kara, I'm starting a independent woman. So she's just, the Kara's completely ignored. And then Altera shows up. And Altera can't do anything. They can't find Maida. They can't stop her. Maida's just that Mary Sue character that exists and does things for the sake of the writer making them exist and making them do things. Okay, so that's Maida's introduction. Let's get into Maida's subplot. For whatever reason, she's very distrustful of everyone else. But hey, we're a black female, we're the main character, we're a POC, we're hip, we're jive, we're anti-corporate, fight the power, we don't get our way, we resort to violence. That's how we do it. Tolerance and diversity, except we will not tolerate anything that does not agree with us. Okay, so that's great. She's an ally to Maida, I guess. I don't know. And Alan's like, hey, that lady went off in the deep. You should go find her. Okay, so we go find her. Living person, right? And she lets us into her base, and make no mistake, she lets us in. Her door was unlocked. She lets us in. Apparently, she trained her Snowstalker to attack on command, but to not kill or maul. And then she gives us some tough guy, blah, blah, blah. I don't trust nobody, and I don't trust you. But there's something that you could do to earn my trust. Now, I might buy the fact that Maida's capable of disabling the tower herself, maybe. I'm also willing to accept the fact that she's unable to, and regardless, the player doing this she would trust us. Okay. There's just one problem though. Altera already knows Maida is there. They already have the satellite information of unauthorized use of habitats, of the habitat builder, unauthorized habitation, unauthorized prawn suit use, explosions. Yeah, they know she's there. The whole fact that she wants you to disable the towers because the towers, the satellite's watching her. Okay, so we go in the ship, we find the things, we make the stuff, we create the MacGuffin, we use the MacGuffin does the thing, we disable the radio tower, and then Maida's like, oh, well, you can be my best friend now. Come over here to my garden and I'll teach you how to feed my Snowstalker, and I'll tell you one little small subplot thread that'll lead you to another base and find some more PDA entries. Wow. The culmination of Maida's plot line is a PDA entry and the exclusive privilege of being able to scan her toilet and her sink and her shower, but not her bulbo tree, not her stove. But for a plot thread, that really is a terrible way to end it. It's a terrible reward. And not only that, but it doesn't even resolve itself. And I'll tell you why it doesn't resolve itself in the next video, because I'm approaching the 10-minute mark. So let's just get ready and hop right on into that.